BJD people, it's Danielle. Long time no see. Yada yada, I apologize. It's been so long since I made a video. Life happens, blah, 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 blah. I really just didn't feel like it. You know, there's a certain amount of preparation for me to make a video. Like, I've got to stop all the projects I'm doing, dedicate this chunk of time. My hands are so dry. This chunk of time to making the video and just talking about what I've done instead of doing what I do. But I've been feeling really muddy lately because there are so many little projects that needed to be finished and I don't get to start on anything big. So, and I'm also working on a wig commission, and when I work for other people, I'm sorry, but I don't find it inspiring because it's not going to change my doll situation except give me a little extra money. But of course, I'm always happy to work on wig commissions for my friends. And I am actually working on my first, well, I will be working on my first dyeing commission, which is very interesting and terrifying. So, especially because there's just like a specific color that this person wants, and I believe it's a gift for someone else. So I've been given a lot of leeway, and I'm not charging for it other than shipping back and forth and the cost of the dye. So, you know, it'll be like 10 bucks, well, with the shipping, I don't know, 20, 30 bucks or something. Sorry, my hands are covered in like this stuff. Matte medium. And I just kind of dried on there. Anyway, I'm here in the craft room. It's a total mess. It very quickly became a total mess. And that's part of the muddy feelings I've been having. My stuff is never like in one place. I always have to run back and forth and back and forth. And it's all these little tiny things that I'm working on. So let's get started in showing you what I am doing so that I can move on to the next step. I do feel like, I don't know, sometimes like I want to just stop and show progress or show a completed thing before moving on, because I'll forget that I've been working on it. So, okay, let's start with something that's not exactly on topic, but something that's been on BJD topic, but something that's been taking up a lot of my time, and that's corpsing. You guys know, I've been working on the cat, and then there's Harold the skeleton, and this lovely lady. She was going to be a shrunken head, but I realized shrunken heads, I looked up like how it's actually done, and they actually remove the skeleton at the skull and put like a melon or something gourd inside to fill it out. So they still have lips and they still have noses and ears and stuff, and I did not realize that until she was on her way to being done. So decided she's been mummified. Oh, she's so pretty. She's so pretty. Hello. So she's part of my horror Christmas that I'm having this year. I told the kids, get your kids out of the room if they're in the room. Ready? I told the kids that Santa doesn't exist, and my husband was really bummed out about it. Like, I didn't grow up with Santa. I never believed in Santa, and I think it gave me a greater appreciation for what my mother was able to do every year for us, even though she was a single mom and there were 3 of us and we were living in New York. And it was not easy. We always had an awesome Christmas. So I didn't get this whole Santa business. And I found that I was the one that had to do all the sneaking around and making up these legends and whatnot. So I decided I don't want to do it anymore. I don't like deceiving. Even though it's a little kid, it's supposed to be like magical. Like, I don't get that it's magic because I didn't have it growing up. Anyway, so my husband's kind of bummed out. So I decided we're going to just do Christmas our way. The girls have their trees, one's with unicorns and one's with dragons. And I'm going to have my horror Christmas. So she's just part of the decor that'll be around the house. And I had a little garland of skeletons. So I'm just going to make ornaments out of them. I don't think I'm going to bother corpsing these little things. And the girls, got me started making some ornaments that might be eyes. I guess they're eyes. Wrinkled balls. I guess they should be. Whatever. Anyway, these are styrofoam balls, so I may cut out a mouth and have some fake teeth in there. We'll see. So that is my corpsing. Now, related to corpsing is the Hellcat, Maggie the Cat. I finished the saddle. the saddle is one of these things that's little and was taking all of my time, just adding little doodads and whatnot, and it's still bizarre looking, but it's okay. It worked out. So let me get. Oh, and let me formally introduce you. Formally, not formerly. Her horns popped off, so I gotta pop them back on. But introducing Parva Injurium. She is the demon of little tiny accidents, like a stubbed toe, or like when you snag your scab on something and it rebleeds. Just paper cuts, like minor injuries that just make you mad. But she has ambitions to be much more evil. Everybody just thinks she's adorable, but she knows inside she's really tough and scary. And she would really like to be like a demon of infectious disease or terminal illness. Something with like pus and boils. She'd be into that. I'm gonna like do a non-part in my hair, which it just looks really flat. It's wet, so it doesn't. I'm sorry. Moving on, Parva Injurium. She's so inspiring. I didn't think this size was gonna work for me, but something about the way she feels in the hand, like she just sits perfectly. I just really love this girl. All right. Oh, don't fall over. So, Maggie the cat and her saddle. This is a little skull that Sarah Swan's Pine-Sized Palace gave me when we were in Orlando, and I've just added some spikes, and these are little pieces of pine cone, and I don't know if you can see. Let me get my face out of here. I added a little bronzy sparkle to it. It's all very monotone looking, like it's all very muted, but it's, and I just glued some straps, so we're going to cover that, make that a little more pretty. Here's the eye. I think I should add some things on the top. Let me put Parva in there, and then you'll see how she's looking. I'm very happy with it. I'm not totally happy with my lizard creature, but it's fine. Alright, so let's get her. With all of these layers that I added, it's not the perfect fit. It was, but as long as she is steady, I'm okay with that. And she's really steady in here. So here's how it's looking. So I just don't feel like it's done yet. So I'm thinking of, it's okay if she is the only pop of color. I like the way that she really stands out against it. Oh, squirrel. But I think something else, like maybe some dangling chains, like a chain fringe along the edge there. I think that could be pretty cool. So I'm going to give it a little bit more life. And then, I don't know, could I have something sticking up out of there? I could put wings on it. That'd be too much. I don't know. So I'm cool for now, but I'm going to be thinking about other things I can add to it. I just need to stop working on it for peace sake. Just give me a minute. Just let this girl finally enjoy something of her own. So let's set you down there gently. Okay, what's next? Alongside working on the dreadlock wig, which, you know, dreadlock wigs are tough. If you've got wool roving, you can easily knock out some dreadlocks. Just wet it and zhuzh, 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 and you're done. But I was using some of the more curly hair textures that I use, and they're just really hard to lock up. But I've gotten permission from my friend to use a little product. I'm just going to make sure they're not oil-based and mostly just alcohol-based to kind of knot it up a little bit. Oh, I just thought about something. Because I've got her, whatchamadoodle? Staff? Yes, staff. And so maybe I can make some sort of a holster situation. I don't know, maybe some stirrups for her feet, or at least something that maybe attaches to the rib cage for her to slip her little feet in. I don't know yet. I don't know. So that's that. Yeah, so alongside that wig that I'm making, I got these two-strand twists from Darlene and Wendy, who put on the Orlando retreat. and I'm making a new wig for Aniata, and I put a little vote on Instagram, and most of you said it's cool. A couple of you said it was too modern, and I actually agree with you guys, but I still can't really resist. So I'm going to rough it up, add some, you know, shells and beads and such, and just try to make it work. Because if people were doing braids back then, people were doing twists back then, we just have to make it a little messier. And speaking of Aniata and her world, I have finished paying off the Argonautica Zet, and he will be cast in December next month. So hopefully I'll see him sometime after. I honestly don't know how it works. Like, after you cast it, I guess they bring it home, they check it over, they give it a sanding. I'm not sure what the whole process is. So, am I yelling? I feel like I'm being really loud. Anyway, so let's say spring. That's what I'm expecting, but hopefully it'll be sooner. And this is also a bust I got from Darlene and Wendy from the BJD retreat, which comes in really handy for making wigs, even if Aniata's a little wonky. But I'll be so happy when I get into Palma's head, because she can pop right on there, and she'll probably be a similar color, and then she can just live there and be worshipped by me until I get her a body. Oh God, that's something I need to be focused on. Like, I am getting myself into debt with these freaking dolls, and it's not healthy. I'm already seeing, like, Raisha, Inksy Penguin, Red Iris Atelier is going to be selling some stuff, and I really want it, and I should not do that. I should not do that. I mean, who can resist a friend selling dolls? But I really need to behave. It's bad. It's pretty bad. PayPal, like, extended my credit line. I'm like, no. Okay, what else? Boom, boom, boom. All right. I'm getting so many things out of the way. Boom, boom. And, okay. So I got a surprise package on Friday from Miss Susie Plum, and I'm so excited. It was really nice. Belated birthday, early Christmas, or just a friendship gift. I don't know, but I'm super happy. And Gigi claimed this immediately, and I can't wait to stuff some goodies in there, because you're going to need some kind of bag if you're out in the woods. That's my dryer. Hold on a minute. Okay, the girls are at an age now where they can take the clothes out of the dryer and put the washed clothes in the dryer, and they can wash the clothes. I just give them laundry duty. It's great. So, where were we? Having a little wine. So, yes, this little bag, Gigi's claimed it, and walking around the woods, you gotta pick some herbs. They're peeking at me. You gotta pick herbs and stuff, and she's gotta have her little, like, spell book or herbal, like, encyclopedia in there, which I should make her one. And this beautiful journal. I don't really know what I'm gonna do with it, because, I mean, look at these beautiful pages. I feel like I can't use this as a journal. I have to use these papers for amazing things, like making some sort of a little spell book or a little herbal catalog. This is just such beautiful paper. I absolutely love it. So thank you for feeding my notebook addiction. Thank you, Susie. This is so sweet of you. One day I'll get my crap together to send out cards and gifts to my doll friends, but yeah. So, speaking of doll friends, sorry, I spit there. A lot of us have been doing the BJD Addicts Triathlon redo, and I haven't had much time to work on it because I've been trying to finish these projects and work on that commission wig, and just try to do everything so I can get my space clear, because I'm doing the BJD challenges in January, which you work on a doll or doll things every single day for the month of January. So I want everything clear by then, so that I can do some fun projects then. But I have been trying to participate a little bit. I'm not going to be able to do the clothing one. I have to focus on this wig. It's not going to take too long, but it's... Oh, and speaking of which, this has taken the least amount of time. of any wig because the wefts are already basically made. It's just twist. So I do my liquid latex on top of a t-shirt wig cap. I just dip the ends in liquid latex and boom, 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 stick them all over the place. I had to cut it in half because I ran out of wefts, but it's already so long that it's totally fine. But I don't want it to be too poofy. So, gotta be strategic about it. And then you just fill in all of the little spaces with short cut off pieces of hair. So it just fills it in without getting all poofy. So I look forward to doing that, but after I get the wig. So, oh yeah. So the TriRedo. I made a moss wig for Tekwe, and I have never, did you see the picture? Like, I've never seen Tekwe look unhappy before. Tekwe just has been like, hey, I'm so happy to be here. Like every minute that Tekwe has existed, Tekwe has been stoked about life. But then I put this thing on, and Tekwe was like, why? Why did you, don't you care? So I took it off. I kind of half-assed it anyway, let's be honest. It's just hot glue and big bunches of moss. And I decided it was, you know, it sheds all the time. Stuff just falls off all the time. So I was like, oh, I'll just take some glue and water and just dab it all around and then it'll stay put. Well, of course, now it's really hard and crunchy and falls off maybe even more easily because it's brittle. So, sorry, Tekwe. Part 2 is also becoming a fail, but I'm still going to make it work. So I decided to, well, I had like a cardboard shoe base. This is for Parva. I had a cardboard cut out of her foot. I actually think it belonged to Tillamook, who now lives with Gina Zardi. And she is an Imple doll. Nancy, right? Yeah. So anyway, it's actually perfect size for her. So I used that as a base, and then I used like decoupage with toilet paper, strips of toilet paper, and that it? Yeah, and then I made this pulp out of toilet paper and watered down glue, and I just sort of slopped it on there. I don't really know what I was going for, but that's what I did, and I don't know where to go from here. But they look like fuzzy slippers, right? But they go on and off, and I just have to trim them up. They don't look like they could even be anything gruesome. They just look like lumpy bumps. Like they're not like brains or, you know, gross skin. Maybe I could just paint them sort of reds and make it look like it's just some gross bodily stuff or something. I don't know, and I might do some straps, but there's no way I'm going to finish this in time, so I'm just going to take it easy on myself and not feel pressured and do the work that needs to get done. Okay, so that's the shoe situation. I'm trying to move things out of the way to show you that I finally finished the mobile hospital. This is something else that was bugging me because there are so many little tiny details to do, and they would take me 2 days, but I have nothing to show for it because there's such tiny little details. And now that I'm looking, I'm seeing other things that I have to do. But I finally sealed it. It was getting white chips of paint all over the floor every day. So I really don't know what you're going to be able to see from here. I'm going to stop it here and flip this around so that you can see a little bit more. So here is the mobile hospital. You can see the sun is shining through that area right there. So we still have our blue. The blue never goes. I never did the inside of the glove compartment, but I painted it with that matte medium, so I'll be able to go over it with acrylic paint, and that's fine. I painted the odometer, speedometer things, and it looks pretty awful. The whole dashboard is a hot mess, and I don't care. I'm leaving that for now. So I did little things like painting the inside of the drain black there. And then I did these windows. I just made little, like, did a really botched, this is what I was looking at, that I was lamenting that I should have moved these plank things up more to cover that area. So, hey, maybe we'll have some, like, really gross looking curtains or something. So I just did little touch-ups in there and sealed it, which it really, really needed. So now I guess I get to do the fun part. Oh, let's go around the outside. I had a hard time getting off this paint stuff. It started clouding up the plastic. So I just decided to just make it all gross. Just gross it up, except for where the windshield wipers would go. Because, you know, it's a post-apocalyptic world. She's going to be running into all sorts of gross stuff on the road anyway. Oh, I lost the handles. This handle, and then there's some in the back. I lost them, and I'm really sad about that. I could have even thrown them out. It's possible. I forgot to take the thing off that. Alright, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. See, this is where I'm missing door handles. So I'm going to have to create some, which is just more stuff to do. And I have to figure out what's going to go here. I mean, should I just write emergency or doctor or medicine? Maybe just a big red cross. I was also thinking about gluing some sort of like advertisement or something and make it look like a former ice cream truck or whatever and just peel it off so it looks really weathered and wearing. But I would think it would just probably be all rained off by now, so I don't really know what I'm going to do there. But I'm very excited about doing the interior, so hopefully I can get some work on that done today, because that is the fun part. Yeah, I guess that's about it. Alright, let's flip you back around and talk some more. Okay, well, I think that's just really about it. I don't think I have much more to add. Yeah, I'll just be working on the interior of the mobile hospital, which will be fun. The dread wig. And these laughable shoes. Yeah, we'll see how that's going to work. I have a lot to do with the mobile hospital, and I've been thinking about it a lot, because you can't lay a person down in there. I would really like to have some kind of seating situation. If someone's having an emergency, the most I could do is like a sitting up but slightly reclining gurney type thing. How I'm going to make that? No idea. None. But I'm going to add all sorts of junk in there that, I don't know, that looks like it could work. I have gathered some materials for the lava cave that I'm going to do for Parva. Basically all of the scrap insulation left over from previous projects. She doesn't need a whole lot of space. It's really just the cat that's taking up all the space. So, but I'm working on a shape here. Sorry, that probably sounds terrible on screen. So I'm working on some sort of shape for her, and then we've got to build up some walls, which I'll probably do with cardboard. And I'm going to do the same for Aniyata's cave, because I'm tired of her living in the hut. The hut is not very special. But at the cave, you could do like rock formations, and some cave paintings would be cool. So I'm going to work on that, but I'm going to take my time with that one. I'm going to show you something. Shall we take a walk? So anyway, what was I telling you? Yeah, so I'm really interested in working on that lava. At first I was going to make it like see-through. Oh, there's all my friends. Hey, you guys. Hey, you guys. How you guys doing? So, lava. Yeah, I was going to make it like see-through. Like build it on, what is that, plexiglass, and have light coming from underneath to make the lava look like it's glowing. And I bought these lights. Capricorn Makes, Stacy had recommended some of these for me, but I think I didn't get the kind that she sent me a link to because they were out of stock. So I got these, and do you hear that? Do you hear that noise? It doesn't go away. It doesn't go away. So, but it's a cool light, but not exactly what I was looking for. And as you can see, it turns out really pale. Did I show you this already? I feel like I have. Let's turn this off. Oh. Disco! Rave time! So anyway, I was thinking instead of just making it, you know, just an effect with paint to make it look like it's glowing. I think I've seen enough of those like War Builder, Warhammer tutorials or D&D tabletop gaming tutorials to kind of basically to see the basics of how it works. And I don't think I'm necessarily going to need that, but I had this idea of making her like it would be like a pool, or it could be even her bed, which would be like a little like a little tiny mountain that's hollow in the middle. What do you call this? Some sort of cylinder. Yeah, whatever, like a pit, you know? And have that full of lava, and that's like where she sleeps or where she takes a bath or something. And then put the lighting on the inside rim so that you get that red glow, but it's not trying to light the whole piece. But I really like those lights. If I could get something a little more red or put something red over it, then it'd be pretty cool. Well, I guess that's it, guys. Got a lot of work to do. Anyway, I'm really excited about Kitten De Palma. I've been setting aside some props for her because I really, you know, when you have a modern doll, I mean, at least for me, there's so many pieces that I can now use that I've been saving up that don't really work for her. So I'm excited about all the things I'm going to do with her. Yeah, I think she'll be a doll I really focus on the doll and not her set as much. So that'll be fun. Okay, I think that's it, you guys. Yeah, I'm looking around. Is there anything else to announce? Yeah, I guess not. Love you guys. Bye. Now I remember what I was supposed to say. Welcome back to Nollywind. We are happy to have you back. No pressure. Just, yeah, like Swan said, we'll just pretend you were here the whole time, girl. You'll catch up. So yeah, but I know how it is to try to get through all these doll videos and try to keep up with all the dolls and whatnot. That's one of the things I want to do for next year. I tell you guys all the time that I name my years, and the next year is going to be a year of experimentation. And so I think it's going to involve something like less Facebook, more Instagram, to spend more time putting out doll projects, focusing on dolls and not putting out things on Facebook. If you're my Facebook friend, you know what I mean. I'm there a lot, and it's kind of a problem. And I feel like I say too much because, I mean, I don't care, but people assume certain things about you. Even people who have known you, say, since birth, assume things about you because you admit to all the little silly thoughts that you have that are fleeting. I'm not tortured by anything, but I'll write like I'm tortured about something because it's a thought that just passes in the head. Anyway, so it's becoming a bit of a situation. So I'm thinking I'm going to cut that off and focus more on creating and art and experimenting with different techniques and maybe like sewing. That'll be an experiment. I don't want to do it, but I don't want to go broke in this doll hobby either, so I got to do something. Well, I better go and mind these children. And I think I'm cooking, so I should check on that. All right, love you guys. Bye.